I broke my rib on vacation to Boston last year. Ouch. That is not what I was expecting and definitely not in the plans. But sometimes you just gotta pivot. Have you ever felt like life is throwing you curveballs left and right and forcing you to change your plans over and over again? Wow, that was what happened last year. And it was while I was writing my book, Unexpected Pivots, ironically, and made me test a framework which I was sharing in the book called S.T.A.B.L.E, S-T-A-B-L-E, that can help through any pivot that you have in life. And boy, did I get a chance to test it. So picture this. You're living your life and suddenly you find yourself in a situation you never saw coming, like breaking a rib. And just like that, life hits you upside the head and says, change of plans. And you thought you were in control. Ha. Well, that happens quite a bit if we're going to be honest here. Because whether it's a job loss or a health crisis or a relationship upheaval, life is coming at us. And we can either flow with it or we can resist it. And I tell you what, when you have tools that you're able to flow with it and get through it gracefully and with resilience, life can be a whole lot more enjoyable. So that's what we're here to share with you today. So what exactly is the S.T.A.B.L.E process? Let's break it down. S, stay centered. Staying centered and finding your place of calm is a crucial part of handling any pivot, whether it's welcome or not, because staying centered is sometimes the critical point of making a good decision or a bad decision. And that leads us into T, trusting your inner guidance. So we all have that intuition, that inner guidance that tells us to go left or tells us to go right. And for seemingly unknown reasons, why is telling us sometimes. But when we learn to trust it and really listen to it and hone into it, it can guide us to exactly what we need to do. And that has got to be so comforting. It is for me because I know that I have whatever I need already within myself to get through anything. A stands for accept life as it is. So we can resist, we could argue, we could deny when bad things happen or unexpected things happen that are not welcome and we do not want to happen. And it doesn't change the fact that an event has happened or something is going away that we don't want it to, and we have to accept where it is in that moment. Acceptance is such a critical portion of the S.T.A.B.L.E process because once you get to the place of acceptance, you can actually listen to that inner guidance and you can make decisions that can move you forward. B stands for believe anything is possible. So from that space of believing anything is possible, we open up to opportunities and possibilities that we didn't think existed before. You know, we're told so many times, oh, you can't do that, or this is the way it's got to be, or this is the way it always has been, so just accept that. But I'm here to tell you, there are so many infinite possibilities of how something can go that no one knows for sure. And then L, live in gratitude. And I often say, I wanted to start with this one because gratitude is the foundation for everything. I believe it is like a cornerstone for getting through things and reframing your mind so that you can see the possibilities. And it's just like everything like feeds on gratitude. Staying centered can be a gratitude practice and helping you to stay centered, trusting your inner guidance, thanking yourself, and more ideas come, accepting life as it is, grateful that the way things are happening and unfolding are supporting you, not against you, and then believing anything is possible. And the last one, E, empower yourself. And E is the thing that kind of ties them all together. So E, when I looked at it up, when I was defining it from the dictionary, it's giving yourself permission to act in a powerful way. And that in itself is powerful. Giving yourself permission to act in the way that's best for you. It just is the bow or the icing on the cake for the S.T.A.B.L.E process. Now, let me share the personal story of breaking my rib and how I used that stable process while on vacation in Boston. So I was walking down the street, cobblestone street, quaint little neighborhood with my husband one morning before everyone else woke up. And I didn't see the little piece of rusted metal that was hiding in the mulch sticking up in a tree insert that was right alongside of the sidewalk. And my left foot caught it and it sent me flying through the air. Thud. And in that moment, have you ever had the experience where something is happening and you can't stop it and time slows down? And I'm looking at the ground and I'm saying, oh shit, this is not going to feel good. And it's slowly going through the air and it's like, thud, you hit. And it's like, your whole body's in shock. Well, that's what happened that morning. And didn't realize I broke the rib immediately, but I was in a lot of pain. And laid there for a minute, got my bearings, stood up. I was in so much pain. And originally we thought, oh, it's just bruised, it's just a bruise. But when I got home and I sat in the chair and I was just like crying from the pain, I said, wait a minute, I have the S.T.A.B.L.E process. I am in the finishing touches of this book. I'm going to put it to work and prove this system with my own unexpected pivot. And so in that moment, I took a deep breath, as deep as it could be, because I had a broken rib and it hurt so friggin' bad. But I just centered myself and I closed my eyes and I was like, I'm just going to calm myself down here. It's okay. I'm not dead. I am not unconscious. I have all my thinking faculties working. And I was able to like calm myself in the moment. I took an ibuprofen to ease the pain. I said, okay, what's next? I'm sitting here calm. Next, I'm going to trust my inner guidance. Okay, inner guidance. What are you telling me about this situation? What do I need to do next? And in that moment, it said, go to the urgent care. Don't wait. It could be more than a bruise. Don't take a chance. I don't care if you're in Boston. All right. So from that space, we called a lift because we didn't have a car. We called a lift, waited 45 minutes in bouncy traffic, holding my rib as much as I could to ease the pain, and got to the urgent care just to find out that their x-ray machine was broken and we had to travel another 20 minutes by Uber to the next urgent care so I could get an x-ray of my rib. So as I was sitting in the cab, or as I was sitting in the lift for those 45 and 20 minutes, I said, okay, next, A, accept life as it is. I did. In that moment, I was like, I can't do anything about this. The fall happened. The x-ray machine was broke. I am going to accept life as it is and flow with this and see what happens on the other side. And then B, as soon as I did get that x-ray and I was waiting for the doctor to call me with the results, I decided to believe anything was possible. I decided to believe that, number one, this could be nothing. It could be not broken and just a bruise. That would be the best scenario. Or if it was broken, maybe it's mildly broken and it's going to be quick recovery. Either way, and even if it was a bad break, I'm in a city that has a major hospital and can take care of me. I'm going to believe that anything is possible and whatever happens, I can handle it. And that calms me down whenever I go into those scenarios and say, okay, each of these scenarios I can handle. So then next, the doctor calls, tells me it's broken, and it's mildly broken. Middle scenario, I can heal quickly. That's awesome. So next one was L, living in gratitude. I was so grateful that was mildly broken. I was so grateful for the hospital, for the doctors, for the x-ray machine that worked. I was so grateful I had a Lyft driver that got to my house when it did. I was so grateful my husband held my hand through the process, for my siblings who I was vacationing with, and my daughter and nieces and nephews, that everyone was supporting me. I had so much to be grateful for. And then E, empower yourself. And I said, how did I empower myself? What happened that, oh, I gave myself permission to go through the S.T.A.B.L.E process in a calm manner so that I could get to this place. And I empowered myself to still enjoy that vacation, even though I had to stay behind in a rental house that we were at. I had a great time reading while they went out and played. And they came back and showed me their pictures and bought me stuff and brought me yummy food. And I got catered and pampered. So I empowered myself to enjoy it, even though it wasn't exactly the way I had planned it. That is the power of S.T.A.B.L.E. And I put it out there in my book, Unexpected Pivots, for others to benefit from that process. Because throughout my entire life, the S.T.A.B.L.E. process was built on all of the tragedies and all of the unexpected things that happened in my life and how I got through it and how divine had guided me through every single one. And in the end, led me and guided me through my intuition to write that book. So I hope it is a blessing to many. I hope it is a blessing to you whenever you are going through an unexpected pivot. Know you've got resources. I encourage you to pick up the book if you have a chance. It is in Amazon. You can order it online through Barnes & Noble or other booksellers. And may it be a blessing to you. And with that, much love. Have a fabulous day.